Every load is secured to prevent loss during the high-speed transit to the processing facility. On these roads, the journey from raw plant to refined crystal truly accelerates. No resource is wasted in an operation that measures success by the pound.
The cycle repeats 24 hours a day during the peak of the crushing season.
Digital tracking ensures that every ton of cane is accounted for before it even reaches the gates. The raw harvest is complete. Now, the transformation inside the mill begins.
You're clear. Go ahead.
Arrival at the mill marks the transition from agricultural raw material to industrial commodity.
Weight settling. Checking the readout. 81.5. Recording it now.
Every pound of incoming cane is precisely measured to calculate the sugar yield potential. Random sampling at the gate ensures the quality and sucrose content meet the factory's strict standards. In a matter of seconds, specialized tipping platforms empty tons of material to keep the line moving. The raw material enters the live system here, beginning its non-stop journey through the mill. Constant movement is critical. The sugar in the cane begins to degrade if it sits still for too long. Automated safety systems remove debris that could damage the delicate crushing rollers downstream. Elevating the material allows gravity to assist in the subsequent stages of cleaning and extraction.
The transition is complete. The raw cane is now inside the heart of the machine.
Inside the facility, the scale of the operation becomes a sensory overload of sound and motion. From this centralized hub, every motor and belt in the multi-acre plant is synchronized to the millisecond. Entering the wet zone is the first step in stripping the field grit from the raw stalks. A constant loop of water is the lifeblood of the cleaning phase, reused and filtered in a closed-circuit system. A constant loop of water is the lifeblood of the cleaning phase. Sanitation is constant, preventing the massive volume of soil from the fields from entering the machinery. High-intensity lighting allows the crew to monitor the flow of material for any inconsistencies in real time. Data is the primary tool here. If the flow drops by even 1%, the entire system adjusts. Separating the non-sugar-bearing leaves is essential for maintaining the purity of the final juice. With the exterior debris removed, the cane is ready for its first structural transformation.
The preparation is over now. The factory begins to break the cane apart.
Mechanical vibration is the first line of defense, shaking free the microscopic grit trapped in the fibers. High-velocity washing removes the final traces of soil, ensuring only organic plant matter remains. Removing surface water prevents the dilution of the precious sucrose juice during the upcoming extraction. Even with advanced automation, human eyes provide the final check for organic anomalies. Precision air jets move at millisecond speeds to achieve a level of purity once impossible in factory settings. Uniformity is the key to efficiency. Every machine downstream relies on a perfectly consistent flow. Every cubic inch of material is mapped, creating a digital twin of the harvest for the control room. Small adjustments at this stage prevent massive waste during the high-pressure extraction to come.
The cleaning is complete now. The billion-ton force of the crushing mills awaits. This is the heart of the mill, where raw fiber meets the unstoppable force of heavy industry.
To extract the maximum juice, the structural integrity of the cane must be completely destroyed. Under extreme pressure, the cane releases its liquid treasure, a dark, nutrient-dense sucrose juice. Maintaining these machines requires constant vigilance against the friction of million-ton workloads. Every drop of water is calculated to maximize extraction without diluting the final product. Now liquid, the sugar enters a phase of intense thermal and chemical refinement. Extreme heat prepares the raw juice for the purification process that follows. This chemical bond is what separates the pure sugar from the natural plant waxes and minerals. Science meets industry here, as the juice is chemically tuned for the perfect crystallization. The raw extraction is finished. Now, the water must be stripped away to reveal the sugar. By lowering the boiling point with a vacuum, the factory strips away water without burning the sugar. Successive stages of evaporation concentrate the sucrose until it reaches a saturation point. This is the moment of transformation, where liquid syrup begins to turn into solid matter. Under the watchful eye of the operator, these crystals are grown to a precise size for the perfect grade. Decades of experience go into judging the exact second a batch is ready for the centrifuge. Now a semi-solid slurry, the sugar must be separated from the dark molasses that surrounds it.
Centrifugal force, the same physics that keeps a plane in the air, strips the liquid from the solid.
Though white, the sugar is still damp and must be dried before it can be packaged. Post-processing automation begins here, where the product is handled with surgical precision. Multi-stage safety sensors ensure that not a single speck of foreign material remains in the stream. Automation doesn't just move the product, it analyzes every single grain for color and size.
Advanced optical sorting achieves 99.9% purity at speeds exceeding 10 tons per hour. Sophisticated routing systems manage the flow without ever stopping the continuous production line. Real-time inventory management allows the factory to balance harvest intake with packaging output. Automated sampling removes human error from the transport of sensitive test batches. Precision metering is essential for the high-speed bagging machines waiting downstream. Even static electricity is managed to ensure the product flows like liquid during packaging. The technology is flawless. The sugar is ready for the final touch. Precision at high velocity is the hallmark of the finishing line, where bulk sugar becomes a consumer product. Every bag is double sealed to ensure the product remains moisture-free during its global journey. Total traceability is hard-coded into every unit, linking the bag back to the exact field where the cane grew. In a billion-ton operation, there is zero tolerance for a single gram of inaccuracy. Shaping the product for transport is essential for maximizing space in shipping containers. Shrink wrapping creates a single, impenetrable unit, protecting the white gold from the elements. From industrial bulk to retail shelves, the factory adapts its finishing lines to meet every global demand.
Production cycle is complete. Now, the product waits for the final try and test of its purity.
In the lab, the physical product is transformed into data to ensure every grain is identical. Consistency is the goal. If the crystals are too small or too large, the batch is diverted for reprocessing. This test determines the pole value, the industry standard for measuring the absolute purity of sucrose. Dissolving the sample now? This ensures the quality of billions of tons of sugar processed in the USA. Even microscopic levels of moisture can cause $1 million shipment to clump and spoil. Zooming in to check the crystal edges for conglomerates or defects. Visual inspection at the microscopic level ensures the structural integrity of the final product. Every single batch is archived for 2 years, providing a physical record of the factory's output. Reading confirmed. Approved. Mobile scanning technology allows for final verification without ever breaking the protective packaging. In the world of high-end food production, the human senses remain the ultimate fail-safe. With the lab's blessing, the sugar transitions from a work in progress to a finished asset.
The data is clear, the quality is perfect, and the dispatch phase is now active. The final movement begins here, where months of agricultural growth and industrial effort meets the logistics of global trade. Every container is a puzzle of efficiency, loaded to the exact weight limit to optimize transport costs. Load stabilization ensures that not a single bag is ruptured during the thousands of miles of transit. Once sealed, the product is legally in transit, protected by international shipping protocols. In this yard, millions of pounds of sugar depart every day, destined for every corner of the continent. Technology tracks the product from the moment it was a stalk in the field to the second it leaves the gate. For the longest journeys, rail provides the most sustainable and efficient path for bulk distribution. This single train carries enough sugar to supply an entire region for months. It is a journey of transformation, turning the sun's energy into the fuel of modern life. And here, the process begins anew. And this is how modern factories produce sugar from start to finish.